Shalom, my friends. Again, I haven't been on here for a long time, and I'm sorry about that because I really am trying to make this a habit, um, but it's not always good. Obviously, last time I'd been on and off due to the pains in my back, which I asked people to pray for, and I believe that you guys did pray for me as well as me praying for myself, and I want to thank you for that because right now I have no pain in my back whatsoever. um, Thank God for the prayer warriors. You are really important people. I like to class myself as a prayer warrior. There's other reasons I haven't been on here. Sometimes, like I said, I'm trying to create a better habit, a good habit to share the gospel, to share the daily scriptures, to connect with some of you guys. Some of us, we live busy lives. We have work, we have to look after the kids, we have to clean and cook and do the washing, and the list is endless. However, we have to really try and make time. Sometimes I don't even have time for myself. And sometimes what you see here isn't exactly going on what in here. So it's really important to connect and share how you feel with people, because people will pray for you and prayer is powerful. And yeah, I just like to share that with you. Talking about connecting, that's actually what's in the daily daily word today. So I'm just going to give it a read here. Connecting begins with caring, and we are all caring, I believe. We all have some type of caring, so whether we're caring for a child, a family member, an animal, most people can show that they care. And if you care about something, then you can connect with it. So it says in here, one of the Americans' most successful telephone companies created a TV advert using a slogan saying, "Can you hear me now?" Uh, it shows a man talking on the phone, but the person on the other end can't hear him. So he's repeatedly asking, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" And the advert was actually designed to convey the message that this particular phone company delivers high quality signal and doesn't drop calls. Because when a call is dropped, it can feel frustrating, angry, annoying. Um, in everyone communicates, few connect. So a doctor called John Maxwell writes, "When I interact with people, I know I've connected when I get a sense of extra effort. People go the extra mile. There's unsolicited appreciation. They say positive things. There's unguarded openness. They demonstrate trust, increased communication. They express themselves more readily. Enjoyable experiences. They feel good about what they're doing. Emotional bondedness. They display a connection on an emotional level. Positive energy. Their emotional batteries are charged by being together. Unconditional love. They are accepting without reservation. Anytime I see evidence of these signals, I know I'm connecting. I've learned what it takes to connect and to gauge when I'm succeeding. How are you doing when it comes to connecting? When you interact one on one with somebody that's important in your life, do you receive these signals? Even if connecting with others isn't something you're good at today, you can learn how to do it and become better tomorrow. But first, you must genuinely care. Care about the person that you're trying to connect with. And that's why Paul writes, "May the Lord make your love increase and overflow." What a lovely thing for Paul to write. Make your love increase and overflow. And to love someone is to care about them as well. Um, yeah, if you scriptures that relate to that, if you want to have a read, is Genesis. I think we all know Genesis is the first book in the Bible. So if you read from 46 to 48, it's about when Jacob is coming out is coming to Egypt to see his father Jacob, and he sees his Joseph, his son, and then he's going to die, because if you remember, the brothers put him into slavery, but he came out on top, didn't he? So yeah, because he genuinely cared about people as well. Another Matthew 13, 1 to 30. Let's take a look at that. Matthew 13. So Matthew is obviously one of the Gospels. You've got Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And I'm just going to try and find Matthew real quick. Matthew. And I was going to read Matthew 13. We must have been there because I was just the page before it. I'm just going to read 1 to 30. So this is the Bible, and I'm reading from the New King James Version. So it's about, it's a parable of the sower. So on the same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the sea. A great multitude of gathering together to him, so that he got in, so much so that he got into a boat and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. Just thinking about that, that's amazing. There was a lot of people. Then he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured it. Some fell on the stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell amongst thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground, and they yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. The purpose of parables. And the disciples came and said to him, Why do you speak to them in parables? He answered and said to them, Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it has not been given. For whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, Hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. For the hearts of these people have grown dull. Their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes have been closed. Lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. But blessed are you, your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For surely I say to you, that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see and did not see it, and to hear what you hear and did not hear it. The parable of the sower explained. Therefore hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is he who receives seed by the wayside. But he who receives the seed on stony places, this is he who hears the words and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures only for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. Now, he who receives seed amongst the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. But he who receives seed on the good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and produces some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares amongst the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in the field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, an enemy has done this. The servant said to him, do you want us to go and gather them up? He said, no, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let them grow together until the harvest, and at the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, first gather together the tares and bind them in the bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So caring. If you care, you can connect. And I think a lot of people don't care anymore in this world, and that's why it's in such a mess. So let's look deep into ourselves and care. Start caring again. The way you care for that pet or the way you care for somebody that you like. Let's care for everybody that we come across. Let's share the gospel. Let's tell them about Jesus. Let's connect with them by caring. Thanks for listening. I pray that I am able to come back tomorrow and read again. And pray for me that I'm able to do that. And God be with you, because God is good all the time.